Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today's episode we are back with our friends at Arcanum and we're going to be doing the Glacier Panorama Trail. What's that, you might ask? Well, it's a nice hiking trail here on the south coast. Not many people know about it. We head up to the big glacier Mountainside and then we walk all the way down along the edge of Sólheimajökull along a nice mountain ridge, and eventually we reach the car park at Solo. So we're going to go check this one out today. I think you're going to want to see some of the drone footage out of this one. So let's go. So to get to the hiking trail, we need to start with a bit of a drive. Luckily, we get to head up the mountain road in a massive former missile launcher that was retrofitted to have a passenger cabin where the rockets used to be. The drive up takes about 20 to 30 minutes depending on the conditions of the road, and once we reach the snowmobile base up on Mountainside, we jumped out, bid goodbye to the other passengers and began our trek towards the cliffs surrounding the glacier Sólheimajökull. Right, so we made it up to the top here. We're at Jökuldalur and we've dropped the rest of the snowmobile crew off. We're going to head off this way and walk towards Sólheimajökull, and yeah, we're just going to begin the hike. So let's do it. Now, there isn't a proper marked trail to reach the cliffs, so a guided tour here is necessary. And fortunately for us, we've done this tour a few times for our work, but also during the sheep herding season. This trail has always been used as the traditional sheep herding route, and it was only in the last few years when Arcanum Mountain Guides opened it to the public, and so far it is almost completely untouched and unseen by most people visiting this island. Once you reach the cliffs, you are greeted with an epic view over the glacier Sólheimajökull, as well as a part of the larger glacier Mountainside. There is a beautiful rocky spire that juts out over the glacier and affords you spectacular views of Solo. Just be careful when walking on it, as the rocks are very loose and a fall here is game over. After this stop, the hike really begins. The trek down the mountainside next to the glacier is nothing short of breathtaking. In fact, I don't know if there are even words to describe it. You'll just have to come check it out yourself. I would say that the difficulty of this hike would be moderate to challenging, but fortunately, as most of it is downhill, it's not too strenuous, but there are a few locations that require some physical effort to complete. There is a scramble up a rocky slope towards the end of the hike, as well as a serious river crossing that requires you to take off your shoes to cross it. Also, there is no way to bail out of the hike once you start, so you just got to keep heading down until you reach the car park at Sólheimajökull. This hike is run only during the summer months and also only when the weather is suitable. As this hike starts far up in the mountains, the weather can be very difficult to contend with at times, so it's good to plan this for a beautiful blue sky day like we did. If one looks around carefully, trolls can be spotted frozen in time along the mountainsides. There's also a huge hidden flat area that we nicknamed the football field, which is a great place to stop and eat lunch, and also to bask in the sunlight. After the pit stop, we continued onwards and crossed the final river of the hike. The fast-flowing glacial meltwater proves to be a little tricky to cross, not to mention extremely cold too. It's great to put the warm socks back on after crossing here.
It was too slippery to cross. All the rocks are covered with a thin layer of ice, so it was easier to take the shoes off.
Our favourite part of this hike is right after the river crossing, where you can lay on your stomach and watch the river fall off the edge of the cliff and crash into the glacier below. It's a long way down and you sure don't want to drop your phone here. You can actually reach this waterfall from the bottom by hiking up the glacier, and it takes about 1.5 hours at a good pace. We began the uphill struggle with a gorgeous backdrop of the glacier. Be aware though that the rocks here are completely loose, so make sure you take care as you don't want to go sliding all the way down to the glacier. Now, there are a few streams that one can fill their water bottles up with, but the best place is a pristine mountain spring that flows right out of the rock face, bringing delicious, cool glacier water down from Mountainside and right into your bottle. The final part of the hike brings you right down close to Solo, and you can actually see people walking around on the glacier. We tried to wave at them, but no one saw us, unfortunately. The final descent is a bit steep, but quite manageable. From there, it's a simple walk following the old trail that used to lead to Sólheimajökull from the car park. This trail is no longer used, as the glacier has retreated too far back for it to be accessible from here.
Okay, that's the end of the trip. We walked roughly 12-13 kilometers, 18,000 steps, and yeah, we'll finish the video here today. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like it and share it, and we'll see you next time.
Also, don't forget to check out the Amazon affiliate links in the description if you liked any of our gear. It really helps us out.